to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I need a motion to pay the bills. Roll call.
Kirby?
Yes.
Pritchett? Zimmerman?
Yes.
Potter?
Yes.
Rosie? Yes. Wolf?
Yes.
I need a motion to approve the open and closed meeting minutes of February 26, 2026.
Kirby?
Yes.
Pritchett? Yes. Zimmerman?
Yes.
Potter? Yes. Rosie? Yes. Wolf?
Yes.
Meisner?
Yes. Seaman Student Council update.
Good evening. My name is Avery Hubner, and I am the senior class vice president. Since the student council is going up to the state convention today, I will be speaking on behalf of Mackenzie. This month's report is full of exciting upcoming events that CMHS has planned. A huge event that is taking place tomorrow is our St. Baldrick's Assembly. Many of you know what St. Baldrick's is, but if you don't, it is a volunteer-driven charity dedicated to raising funds for childhood cancer research, primarily through signature head-shaving events. Our goal was to raise $2,026 to donate to the foundation, and the last time I checked, we were at $3,427. We are so beyond grateful for everyone who has donated to this cause, and we cannot wait to celebrate the amazing success at tomorrow's assembly, which you are all invited to attend at 9:30 a.m. If you can believe it, seniors only have around 30 days left of high school. As we come to an end, CM is having so many fun activities and celebrations to honor the seniors for the last few days. Our senior week will start towards the end of April and go into May. This will involve fun, sweet treats, small surprises, and many senior class events. Some important dates coming up are April 18th, prom, May 3rd, baccalaureate and senior sunset, May 6th, seniors last day, May 7th and 8th are senior final exams, and May 13th is the senior celebration, May 15th is senior breakfast, senior walk, and graduation practice, and lastly, May 16th is graduation. Thank you, and hopefully Mackenzie will be able to see you guys all for April's report.
Hello everyone. Before I begin today, I heard last month one of you guys had dinner with my grandpa, Jeff Whitaker. I'm intrigued to know who that was, if you wouldn't mind sharing. Well, I thank you. I heard you had some great things to say. They were very nice. So we really haven't had too much going on within our student council in the past month. I know all the sports that we have, you guys are stealing our people. But hopefully we will be able to get everything done. I'm really confident that we'll be able to finish out the year strong. We're kind of just finishing our preparations for going up to the state convention. We got our district reps, me and Kate Davis. We're getting ready in the final steps of our preparation, and everyone's super excited. We're kind of having the final meetings. I think we've got most of the people paid for, so that's really exciting for everyone. We've started the plannings for our final dance of the year, and that's going pretty well so far. We're choosing a theme, and normally I don't like to give hints out to what they might be, but someone of our students suggested something with such ridiculosity that I decided to bring it up in today's meeting. So, Max Aronin, if he's hearing this is a special shout out to you for taking up my time with the suggestion of iceberg lettuce. Yes, they tried to theme our final dance iceberg lettuce. So hopefully in the coming few meetings we have some better suggestions, but I admire the creativity, let's say. Then kind of finishing it up, we're working on our passion project as a student council, which is basically just like student-led things to help improve the school or the community. And we've got some really great students working on things. Some of the topics that we've kind of worked on are, one group is working on getting an AC for the band room because, Miss C, it is hot. It is hot in first hour. It is like 300 degrees in there, so we're hoping to get a better AC unit for that and raise some money for that. Then also another group of students is working to put a trash can or two outside of our schools, just like around the pavilion area, because they just want to cut down on the litter outside of school, which I admire because that's a issue that's kind of going on and that I've noticed, and I think it would be a great thing for our school to make it a better place.
Great.
Thank you.
Technology curriculum.
Good evening. My name is Phil Schneider. I teach history at CM High. I'm one of the school's technology coaches. We're here to talk tonight about the possibility of switching CM from Chromebook devices to the new MacBook Neo. I'm sure you've already seen Tyler's report, so we're just here to offer some thoughts from teachers, perspective that's both practical and philosophical. Thought we'd start, if it's going to work, we'll see. We had two teachers who wanted to speak to this but couldn't be here tonight, so we have some videos from them we're going to start with real quick.
Hi, I'm Geraldine Hawkins. I am the CTE Department Chair at Civic Memorial High School, and I teach business education classes. I am in favor of the MacBook Neo for our department specifically because it runs a full Mac operating system and it's not a limited system like the Chromebooks. And for us, it would just allow our students to do much more than just basic assignments. In our department, we have 2 computer labs, one in industrial technology and in the business department, and it would really eliminate the need for these labs because the new student MacBook Neo could run the Microsoft Office suite, the Adobe Creative Suite, and the CAD programming. So we would essentially save money because we would not have to replace these labs every 3 to 4 years as we do, and we could use those funds to purchase other equipment basically to support our CTE programs. Mac operating systems are also used in many careers in business, design, and technology, so it would really help our students learn a professional operating system early and give them real computer experience versus just an internet-based tool.
I'm Clinton Walters from Civic Memorial High School. And when you compare the potential for a Mac product, like the potential Nano product coming out versus what we're using now with the Chromebook, I feel like there's some real durability advantages. I believe it's going to have more of an aluminum case versus the plastic we see crack a lot right now. I think when you look at the products that are out there for kids today, we know what the Chromebooks are like. We know what you get for the money, and it is less money. But if you look at what might be coming on the market with the Nano and the Macintosh products, a lot more durable. I think you're going to find a lot more longevity versus some of the cracked screens and different things we see with the plastics. But also, I think the creativity level of what you can do with some of the Macintosh products, I think the teachers know that in the machines we use, is a lot more creative, a lot more just native to the kids. Most of them are using an Apple product in their hands on their phone when they're out of school, and I think that leads to more creativity, and actually they want to, if it's easier, they'll create more, and I believe it leads right into that.
So those are just 2 of our teachers, science and business. Mr. Carlson, one of our English teachers and other technology coach, couldn't be here tonight, and he sent me some thoughts. He put it like this. He teaches mostly seniors in our dual credit Lewis and Clark class. These are all college-bound students. If we're going to insist that one of our educational goals is to cultivate digital skills with our students, then it would be a great boon to us, college guy, great boon to us if our tools reflected the abilities that are expected of our graduates. The problem with Chromebooks, at least at the upper levels, is that they can only do a limited number of things well, meaning that our students often have trouble in college knowing how to attach files to emails, download homework, or create digital work that meets basic career standards. I spend a lot of time in my dual credit English class teaching students how to build troubleshooting skills for when they go to college. Having devices that can work outside the Google ecosystem will prepare students for college and their careers. I had some more philosophical thoughts. One of the things we talk about in technology education is active versus passive use. Passive use is basically when students are given a digital worksheet to fill out. And there's times and places for that. But what will be better overall if students are given a chance to learn the content and then demonstrate their knowledge by creating something that proves they've learned something in the material. Whether that's a podcast or a movie or some sort of a multimedia presentation. I've had students who've talked about doing a TED Talk before, that kind of presentation style. If they could do that with their technology to demonstrate not only abilities with the tool, but also proficiency in the content, that's really hitting every level of proficiency we're wanting for our graduates. Knowing the material, but also knowing how to operate in a college and career setting using professional technology tools. Ms. Cahalan here is going to, do you have any thoughts you want to add to that?
So from a band perspective, my band students use their computers for playing assignments. Let's just say with the Chromebooks, I get a lot of complaints. This isn't working, and Tyler gets a lot of emails from me as far as that's concerned. Back a decade ago, we used to have MacBooks at the high school, and one of my students, Alex Hornsey, who's actually a current teacher here, he created, for one of his playing tests, a 20-minute long video that he edited on his MacBook. We just don't have that capability with Chromebooks. So from a creative standpoint, I think this would be a significant impact for our students.
Mr. Cocker, you want to add something?
So same thing, kind of echoing what they've all said. In my world, everything is Mac. And so all of our plugins, all of our accessories, all of the editing software and programs that we use tend to really run a lot better on Mac. And so right now, when I do small videos, either we use one of our 3 Mac desks, this is one of them, that is a very mobile cart that gets dragged all over, and 2 others. And so I have a lot of times where the kids are just waiting to get on the editing computer because they can't have it. And then right now, to record, I have the kids using their phones because there's no way to get it from our professional cameras to their Chromebooks. So they record on their phones, and then they have to try and get the files, and a lot of times it gets lost in, as we call it, Google land. The files just disappear. Whereas with the MacBooks, they can just airdrop from their phones, or better for me is that they use one of our professional cameras, and they can save the files and then just edit it on their MacBooks. And this coming year, that class is doubled in size, and I'm super excited about that. So Mr. Newell and I are already like, please make this happen, because I don't know where these kids are just going to be a big line waiting for the editing computers if this doesn't go down. And so that's really a big one for me, is that all the capabilities and all the editing software in the professional world is all Mac. That's just kind of how it all is. So.
Thank you.
And all of our teachers are on Macs too.
Yes.
Would you say there's a benefit to being on the same platform as your students?
Absolutely. Yeah. Because half the time, as technology coach, when I'm trying to assist a teacher, I have to explain, well, it looks like this to you, but it looks like this to them. Right. And they can't use this file. Only you can use this file. They have to have this file. Conversion's a whole process. The move from a Chromebook to Macs for teachers is not going to instantly have kids creating all kinds of wonderful things. It would take time and training, but this is like the first step into kind of Chromebooks they're working. We're doing stuff. Education is happening. This is an opportunity to open the door to do a bit more, to go a little deeper, and to better prepare students in the use of technology, which is just not going away. I realized something the other day. I was talking to a student trying to explain something on the computer, and I said, well, it's in your folder. They didn't know what a folder was because they're used to Google Drive. Things are there, and they don't know what a file system is. They don't know how to move things from folders. They don't know how to rename things because they don't operate in that world. But I can guarantee you that most of your jobs, if you have a computer, you have to know where the file is, in which folder, how to rename it, how to attach it, and sort of basic skills that they're lacking because it's just not part of the Google system. So that's our thoughts on the topic there. I don't have any questions or anything, but that's our general view of it. Thanks. Thank you for your time.
I was just to say I could attest from the professional and parent level when we were going through writing scholarships and doing things, finding Microsoft and Word and attach things, and then Google, we were not on the same level with the students. So I can definitely see to put them out in the real world where these are files that are being used so this is their jobs.
I have to say, as a parent, and I understand why the school district did it, I was really disappointed when they stepped away from the Apple. The quality of the Chromebook is not there. It's definitely subpar, especially during COVID, with my boys sitting in front of the
Zach, our tech, bought one for himself, and so I got to see one in person. It's just as good as the teacher's MacBook Airs. It's slightly smaller, 13 inches instead of 13.3, but Chromebooks that the students have to class are 11 inches. So you're talking about a much larger screen, which one thing for me is you have a lot of students with visual impairments and stuff. Having a device that maybe we don't have to go get this separate device, they can have the same one as everybody else. Or just have an adult size computer, you know, especially in high school. It's very sharp screen compared to what they have.
I was excited to see it's possibly going that I was excited, so I was trying to do comparison of the videos. And really good reviews on.
I think this is the first Apple device that they've had outside of an iPad that's been affordable. I think the reason we shifted to Chromebooks isn't because we wanted to. We were trying to be more fiscally responsible.
This new device is dramatically cheaper, about half the cost of what a MacBook Air is. So huge drop.
Obviously, this is them trying to compete with the Chromebooks and get back into the schools, because I think I appreciate what the teachers had to share. I think your perspective is very important, and it was great for all of us to hear.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Meadowbrook Student Advisory Presentation.
So I'm super excited to have our student advisory here with us tonight. Thank you, parents, for bringing them out. I will have to tell you, this is one of the hardest working crews we have out there. If they want to do it, they're going to do it. They think real big. Sometimes we have to scale it back, but yesterday, they were getting all the treats ready for every single student in our building for IAR testing with little notes encouraging them to try their best. They recently fundraised enough money for a new trash can outside. I know that sounds small, but they are really worried about all the trash that's been left out there. So it's purple, right? The match our school. I knew you'd love that, Sharon Rothy. But I'm not going to take a lot of time because they have a lot of information to share. Miss T and Mrs. Newell, they're our co-sponsors. They get in there and are with it. Do you guys have anything you want to share? Okay, so I would like each of them to come up and introduce themselves, and if they want to share something they enjoy about student advisory, and then they have put together this amazing video. They've interviewed teachers, but I'm not going to share too much because I want it to be a surprise for you. But if you want to start, Mason, come up and yes, you can do it. Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Mason, and my favorite thing about student advisory is all the students and my two teachers that also are up here with me.
Hello, my name is Cam, and my favorite thing is about student advisory is making all the fun events and fundraisers.
Hi, my name is Elliot, and my favorite thing about student advisory is helping the school.
My name's Anna, and my favorite thing about student advisory is probably the fact that I don't just get to help just a couple of students, but the whole school. So, yeah.
My name is Morgan, and my favorite thing about student advisory is the people and the great teachers. My name is Evelyn, and my favorite part about student advisory is the assemblies that we make.
My name is Kinsey, and my favorite part of student advisory is I like it because it gives a bunch of kids a chance to show their ideas and what they want to do to make the school better. My name's Elena, and what I like about student advisory is the assemblies and seeing all my friends.
My name is Nash, and my favorite thing about student advisory is having all the opportunities and chances to make our school better.
my favorite thing about student advisory is that everyone gets a chance to like share their ideas.
Right, they made it. Not everybody could be here tonight. Most of them are though. So they wanted to share with you their favorite things about Meadowbrook. So in order to do that, we made a video for you to watch. And it is about a little over 10 minutes. So enjoy the show. So this one, hi, what is it called? You're good. Okay.
Hi, my name is Lila, and my favorite part about Meadowbrook School is enrichment, and this is my enrichment teacher, Mrs. Wool. We get to make all this cool stuff into a play, and we get to do all this by ourselves, handmade. What's your favorite part about enrichment?
My favorite part about enrichment is getting to see students do things that they don't normally get to do in the classroom, and it's open creativity, and they get to do it all on their own.
Why did you make enrichment?
I do enrichment because that's just how my brain works. I like to give students opportunities to do things that are out of the box and things like this.
And this is my favorite part about Meadowbrook School!
Hello, my name is Morgan Cook. My favorite thing about Meadowbrook is Mrs. Wells. I'm going to ask you a series of questions today. What are some of your favorite things about Meadowbrook Intermediate School?
Some of my favorite things about Meadowbrook Intermediate School are students like yourself that are so sweet and kind to others, and then also I feel like we have a great staff here.
Tell us about your job.
So part of my job is helping kids calm down and feel more comfortable and teaching them coping skills.
So what are some of your favorite coping skills?
Yeah, some of my favorite coping skills to teach students are to ask for a break when they need it so they can come down here and have a safe space. And then whenever we're down here, we usually do like breathing exercises, talk it through whatever's going on, and do mindfulness practices.
We love Meadowbrook!
Hi, my name is Kinsey, and today I'm going to be interviewing Miss Kirby. She's a 5th grade teacher, and she's been working here for 9 years. So we have a couple questions to ask you.
Hey, great. Thanks for having me, Kenzie.
All right. What's your favorite thing about Meadowbrook?
My favorite thing about Meadowbrook, I think, is the people. I love everyone here, the kids, all the people I work with. They're so warm, and I really am excited to come to work every day.
Nice. All right. What's your favorite memory about Meadowbrook?
So I think my favorite memory is we had a behavior assembly, and they gave the teachers a chance to participate. So Miss Kruschel and I were pairs, and it was Hungry Hungry Hippos, and she got to be the hippo, and I got to drive her around. So there were balls all over, and she had a milk crate, and she had to grab as many balls as she could, and I was really hot and sweaty. It was so much harder than it looked, but everyone in the crowd was cheering us on, so it was super fun.
All right. Next question. What's one word that you would describe Meadowbrook?
So many. But I think I would go with love, because I love all the kids. I love coming here. I love my people. We've even started a book club together. There just seems to be a lot of love around, and I love when kids in the hall say hi to me, or I just wave at other people. So I think we just all love each other.
Okay, last question. What is one embarrassing moment that you've had at Meadowbrook?
Oh, there's been a lot of embarrassing moments, but that's okay. That's how I grow. But I remember my very first year here, there's a lot of smart kids here, and I was teaching math. I don't teach that anymore. I teach all things words, but I had a math class, and I tried my best to solve the problem, and then his name is Jude. Jude raised his hand, and he was sitting right here in a desk, and he said, Miss Kirby, that's not the right answer. And then I checked it, and guess what? Was not the right answer, and I was a little bit embarrassed, but we fixed it because he helped me, and it was okay. But then the next time there was a hard answer, I got it right, and then I said,
Nice.
Jude, I know this one's right.
Nice.
So I made up for it.
All right, there you have it. There's Miss Kirby, who's been teaching here for 9 years and is in 5th grade.
Thanks.
Hi, my name is Molly, and I am in 4th grade.
My name's Dora, and I'm also in 4th grade. Our favorite part about Meadowbrook is the ticket store.
Students earn dojo points for good behavior.
in the classroom, at lunch, and recess.
Then you can spend your dodo points at lunch on ticket store items.
There are a bunch of different options. You can buy candy, markers, stickers, and chips.
You can also buy passes to the VIP table, which means you can have a special table with 2 friends. That's why the ticket store is one of our favorite things about Meadowbrook.
Hi, my name is Nash. I'm in 4th grade, and I'm interviewing Mr. Angelo because he's the best math teacher I've ever had. What is your favorite thing about Meadowbrook?
My favorite thing about Meadowbrook are the students and the staff. I love the students. I feel like they come here ready to learn. They also bring new challenges every single day. I love the staff because we make a good team. Anytime I have a question or I need something, I feel like they're right there to help me. And I think that they feel the same way about me. So I feel like our staff is a really good team who supports one another.
You like how you only teach math?
Yes, I love how I only teach math because I feel like with math, teaching only that, I can dive deeper into that subject. I also feel that I can become really good at it. So yes, I really enjoy teaching math.
Thank you for letting me interview you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Elliot. And my name is Bella. We are part of Meadowbrook Student Advisory, which we will be talking about. My favorite part of Student Advisory is all the assemblies. We plan to work all of the assemblies. Some of the ones we have planned were musical chairs basketball, flippy cup tic-tac-toe, and the last one was don't drop the pizza. You had to walk around an intersection trying to knock other people's pizza boxes off, but not yours, all by holding up the pizza box with only one hand. I love everything about Student Advisory. I've gotten to make many new friends and have had many new fun opportunities. We do mindful moment during morning meetings, raise money for our school by selling candy, and we got to go on a field trip to the Civic Memorial High School. It has been a great leadership opportunity to be on Student Advisory. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to the Meadowbrook Good Behavior Assembly, hosted by our very own student advisory members. Mason Rhodes, come on down.
Ms. Cushman, you know there's no assembly, right?
Oh, well, I just really like to MC our assemblies, Mason, because I get to look out in the crowd and I get to see all of the students celebrating all of the good behavior here at Meadowbrook.
Talking about assemblies, how do I get drawn to do assembly?
Well, that's a good question. So, your teacher, which would be me, will give you a hero card for any time you have good behavior, and then they get put into a drawing, and your name will get drawn out if you have good behavior to be a part of the assembly.
Awesome. What kind of assemblies are there?
Well, we have turned Meadowbrook into a delicious pizza parlor recently. We have done Hungry Hungry Hippos. We have done musical chairs basketball, and sometimes we even get to participate.
What's your favorite assembly to MC?
I really like it, the pie in the face. That's my favorite one.
You should come on down for our next assembly. I promise I won't pie you in the face.
Hi, my name is Evelyn, and my favorite thing about Meadowbrook is Miss Keegan. She's always there and helps me if I need it. So I have some questions for her. What's your favorite thing about Meadowbrook?
I think that my favorite thing about Meadowbrook is that we're so inclusive. We're like one big family. You guys hang out with my UC kids, and we do things at lunch, and I just love how we all get so connected.
Okay, I have another question. What's something you think needs to be changed at Meadowbrook?
So I really like all the things we've been doing at Meadowbrook. I would think that if I could pick one thing, it would be to add 6th grade in so that you guys didn't leave next year.
Yeah. Do you like the kickball tournament or the assemblies that we make?
Hey, so this is an unpopular opinion because I know how people feel about the kickball tournament, but I personally like your guys' assemblies much better. I could do without the kickball, maybe just extra assemblies, especially that last one. It was really good. I liked it. Do you have any more questions?
No.
Hey, so I guess all that's left is that we just love Meadowbrook, huh?
Yeah.
I know.
Hi, my name is Cam. I'm in 5th grade, and I'm excited to tell you about the Living History Museum. Every 5th grader picks a famous person from history and dresses up and gives a speech. I'm excited to learn about Willie O'Ree, the first ever African-American hockey player. Our event is on May 12th and the 13th. Hope to see you there.
Here at Meadowbrook School, we have band. This is our band teacher, Mr. Hornsey.
Hello, hello.
I am in band actually, and I love band because I just get to let all of my arts out because I love arts. Now, Mr. Hornsey, I have a couple questions for you. My first question is, what do you think makes band so special?
I think band is special as a class because it's a place where students are able to apply all the skills that they use to all the different classes into one specific kind of activity. Because in music, we use math for how to count our rhythms and count our music. We use reading with how to actually read our music on the page. And understanding the note names is like reading a different language. It's like reading a book. We talk about the science of how our instruments work and how to get the best sound out of them. We talk about the history of our pieces and how they apply to social studies. And then also we physically move our bodies and talk about how can we best use our bodies to get the best sound out of our instrument. So all those things combining into one class is just a super beneficial thing for our students. Additionally, band gives a lot of students their own group of people that they can connect with through music, which is always a really cool thing for parents. Continuously see these people, those students year after year, and make friends through our activity as well.
Nice. I have another question for you. What do you think makes Meadowbrook special?
I think Meadowbrook is special because of the people that we have here. The staff, the principals, the admin, the students, everyone at Meadowbrook always is so positive and kind to each other. We are always there to lift each other up and be there whenever we need it. And the community that has been made in this building between our staff and students and principals is just an always positive one. And it's always uplifting to come here every day whenever we see what everyone's doing and be there for each other as a very nice cohort of students.
I have one last question for you. What made you decide to do band?
So I decided to do band and teach band because of my experience from being in band whenever I was in school. I also grew up through the Bethalto School District, and I went through the band program in Bethalto underneath Lori Hoke, Mrs. Gibson, Mrs. McFall, and Mrs. Cahalan. And my experience there, both being able to take all the things I learned from other classes and applying them to an activity, and also the ability for me to meet all my friends and connect, and seeing some of the more social, positive aspects of being responsible for all this equipment that I have to take care of, or making sure that I'm on time for rehearsals and stuff like that, or practicing my part outside of school and being prepared for our concert. All those things, I saw such a good benefit to them that I wanted to make sure that those benefits got passed on to the next generation, hence why I now teach band.
Band is only one of the things that makes Meadowbrook Meadowbrook. Thanks for listening.
Hi, my name's Elena Lyle, and what I like about Miss Norris is that she's very kind and helpful around Meadowbrook. She has been our principal for 2 years, and we all love her. Here are some other things that students like about her. I'm going to interview some 5th graders. What do you like about Miss Norris?
Her's kind, funny.
What are 2 things you like about Miss Norris?
She's nice and always kind to people.
What is something you like about Miss Norris?
She is always kind and she always has a positive attitude.
Great to know. We love Meadowbrook.
Peace!
Hi, my name is Jonas. One thing I like about Miss Norris is she's really kind, she's funny, and she has a great attitude.
Hi, my name is Clinton, and one thing I really like about Mrs. Norris is she's serious and funny.
Hi, my name is Grayson. One thing that I like about Miss Norris is she's kind and her morning meetings are always short.
One thing about Miss Norris is she's kind, she's smart, and she does the best things ever. Thank you all for listening.
Fantastic job. Thank you for introducing us to your school and letting us inside the walls of Meadowbrook to see all the exciting things that go on for you every single day. You are all little future leaders, and I think we could all very proud of what you did tonight. So thank you. I'm sure some of you are way more embarrassed than others, but you did a great job. What's that? Oh, Jen, yes. So, yes, Jen pointed out, you guys don't have to stay for the entire board meeting. It's not as much fun as what you might think. So you're able to buzz out of here early if you'd like to.
Okay. Alyssa, have you got anything for us?
Well, I'm definitely feeling much less pressure now that the audience has dwindled for me. Just a couple of big things. So next week actually kicks off our state testing week. So all of our 2 elementary schools and middle school will be starting their testing. So we've been talking about how attendance has been hit really hard in the district. And that has been improving thanks to the custodial staff that's been helping to clean. The teachers, the administrators have all been doing some extras, like trying to help and make sure, making those phone calls, doing those attendance incentives. And so we know that attendance is important all of the time. Obviously, with state testing coming next week, it's really important that our students go to bed on time, get up in the morning, have breakfast, whether at home or at school, and then get to school on time for state testing. So we are excited to see all of the hard work that the teachers have been putting in all year with the students to get them prepared for this test. Now is our chance not to think of it as a high stakes test, but to think of it as their moment to shine and show what they've been learning and doing all year in the classroom. The other thing is that I cannot believe that next week is already April. I don't know what happened to March at all at this point. But with coming open to April, and I hope I'm not stealing Chrissy's thunder, but our kindergarten registration actually opens up next week. So it's already time to be thinking about next school year. So we'll be doing kindergarten registration in April, and then for other people, just so it's out there, we'll be sending out more information soon. But the returning students, for those students entering first grade through 12th grade next year, that registration will be in June this year. So we're going to do a 1-month registration. And unless you are new to the district, last year we had the in-person residency check, which was great. I really appreciate all of the families coming and doing that so that we can ensure that we're educating the students in Bethalto. But this year, like I said, unless there were issues with residency or you're new to the district, you will not have to do the in-person this year. You'll just upload your residency documents for that. But like I said, a lot of information will be coming out about that shortly.
Chris?
Okay. I submitted my written report to the board, but there was 2 items that I wanted to highlight. The first was Ms. Davis, our food service director, came to me in the fall about maybe possibly inviting bids for businesses to bid upon and provide pizza a couple times a month to our cafeterias throughout the district. So we finally have that ready, and we'll put that out shortly to bid. There will be about 30 days, and it'll be a sealed bid opening at the end of that 30 days, and we'll make sure that everything is in the paper and that everybody in the Bethalto area that wants to put in a bid will be able to do so. We just want to offer a little bit more variety to the students, and we know that pizza will be a hit. One of the other things that I wanted to touch upon was our Health Life Safety Amendment saga. It's been going on since, I would say, October. When I wrote the report, it was not approved. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, I got an email that the final part of our elevator renovation was approved. So all the pieces have come together. It's a go. Everything, all the financial pieces are there. And any questions from the board, I'm willing to answer. Okay.
Okay, Jen.
All right. So on March 5th, we had our meet and greet for special education for Special Olympics. And so that's when our buddies came and met their athletes. It was fantastic. We also, a huge shout out to Cornerstone Church. So if anyone attends there or knows someone, please tell them how much we appreciate them. Every year they bring carnival games and prizes for our students, and so they just have a ball going through the gym at Parkside and participating, and it is fabulous. I don't know what we'd do without them. And then Special Olympics will be Saturday, April 25th. Please put that down. Stop by CM. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. It's a great, great thing. And it starts at 9 and we're done by 1. So that's all.
Is that the 25th, Jim?
The 25th, yes. Saturday the 25th, the weekend after prom.
Okay, Chrissy?
Hi, good evening. A lot's going on at Bethalto East. Right before spring break, we had an amazing turnout for our spring family event and art show. I think the art show really upped our attendance. We had over 250 of our bags that are filled with a book and games that we handed out, and then we were running into closets grabbing more books to pass out to kids as they were still coming in. We love events like this whenever we can strengthen our connection with our families and our communities, and it was just really great to see everyone out there participating. Over spring break, just a shout out to our custodians. They are amazing. The building looked fabulous whenever we came back, and we really appreciate all of their support, and hopefully that'll be improving our attendance, getting everything really deep clean because they really worked hard. This afternoon we held our fourth quarter faculty meeting. It's always great to be able to sit down with all of our staff and to really celebrate the work that we're doing each day. We're really seeing a lot of academic successes, and we're seeing it even in the data of our targeted and our tiered students. We were able to share updates from an amazing, thank you Jen and Jill, an amazing K-5 behavior task force meeting that we had on Tuesday. I mean, we were able to accomplish so much, so we shared updates out with our staff from that. And we're just looking forward to aligning those systems across all 3 buildings. We are launching, another thing I shared with staff today is we're launching a fourth quarter attendance incentive to really build momentum, get the kids excited and eager to come to school each day. So hopefully we'll see with a combination of just illnesses kind of moving out of our building, and then these incentives will see our attendance begin to improve because we need our kids there to be able to teach them each day. And then yes, kindergarten registration, that is coming up. It goes live on April 1st. We're really getting that out in the community too, and making sure everyone knows that that event is happening on April 22nd. And we look forward to welcoming our rising kindergartners, the class of 2039. Okay, that just seems wild to me. The class of 2039, they will be coming into our building, and we're going to be able to build those early connections with them and just set a foundation for a successful start to their school experience. Thank you.
Abby.
All right, good evening, guys. We do have IR testing starting next week. Just want to say thank you to Lori and the tech team for all of the work that they've been doing on that. We had a unified K-5 PTO meeting this week, and we have officially decided that we are going to unify our PTO for next year. So we're really excited about that and just all of the changes that that's going to allow us to make. It just really it makes more sense when you have kiddos switching buildings every 2 years. It's too hard for these parents to try to be involved in 3 different buildings. So it's just going to allow us to have more volunteers and more parent interaction, which is something that came out of that Eagle Eye discussion. The parents want to be more involved, so we're trying to do our best to make it easy for them to be involved and volunteer with the school. We are going to have a booth at the April 28th Community Family Night to try to drum up interest and try to figure out like who all wants to be involved so that we can then decide what day of the week is best, because that's kind of a big thing we're running into is families are so busy. So we're going to try to figure out the best day to host those for next year. We have our positive behavior assembly tomorrow. This month, we actually started targeting what the students were earning golden eggs for. So we were working on like class disruption. So if your class made it through a lesson without disrupting, you could earn a golden egg. So we actually earned that the fastest that we have all year. So I was proud of them for that. And their award is that they get to slime their teachers tomorrow. So that will be fun to watch. Chrissy talked about her family night. Parkside has one coming up on April 15th. Our theme is Bug Bash, so everything will kind of be like bug and insect themed. Our Q3 report cards go home on Monday. And then to echo what Chrissy said, we did have an amazing behavior task force. I actually met with my Universal team today to kind of start digging through everything that we talked about, and it's just been nothing but positive feedback. Everybody's really excited for these changes, and it's definitely needed. That's all I have. Thank you.
Shelby.
I know student advisory took up, and they are way better than I am at this stuff. They're an amazing team, by the way. I do have to give a shout out to Miss T and Mrs. Newell. They put a lot of time and effort. They give up their lunch twice a month to meet with these kids and build all of that. So shout out to them. Shout out to Tech, Farah and Geraldine. They have been behind the scenes, and Mrs. Newell building our IR schedule. Fingers crossed everything launches on Monday. I probably won't sleep just because, you know, you never know. And then we have our community night for, our event for families on April 22nd, and it's going to be an Earth Day STEAM night where they have STEAM bins. We have Odyssey from SIU coming in, so all these, so we're trying to get some parents into our buildings, but I think they kind of hit on PTO and all that, so I'm gonna save time because they did a lot tonight.
Laura.
Meadowbrook, your kids did awesome. They really did. I'm so excited to meet those incoming. We're so excited. We'll talk soon about some planning dates. So we are really excited. Corey Greenwood, he was supposed to come back in January, come in January for our guest speaker. The weather did not cooperate like we hoped it would, but luckily we were able to reschedule, and he's coming tomorrow. So we're really excited for our 9 o'clock assembly. Hopefully this will give those kids that extra boost to try their best on IAR and finishing the year strong. So we're really excited for him to come in. As noted, IAR starts for us Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week, as well then ISA, the Illinois Science Assessment, which is just what our 8th graders take, will be on April 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Mr. Reineke has done a phenomenal job with our Securely Pass. It's in your board report, kind of the updates and the data that we've been not only tracking from it, but just that proactive safety feature where if there are certain students that should not be in the restroom together, it kind of notifies the teacher and we say, oh, gotta wait for that restroom or use a different one type thing. And then spring sports are up and running. Our first home football game is this Saturday at 2, I believe it starts. And then we have soccer going and track is going and all the fun things. And thank you again for letting our bowling club start. They have already started, so thank you so much for that. And we have a good amount of kids that went out for that, so thank you.
Justin.
Yes, good evening. It is super busy at the high school right now. Lots going on. So as Alyssa had mentioned with attendance is rebounding a little bit. We are really kind of 86.4% of our students are at that 90%. At the high school, 86% attendance is what you want to get the max of points on the report card. We're about 1.5 points higher than we were last year. So we are super excited about the rebound that's going on. And really, attendance affects grades, right? So our teachers and paraprofessionals, and I really put everybody, we had what was called Operation Recovery going on at the high school. And that was through the end of February and March, and we were able to reduce the number of Fs by 30%. And part of that is our systems of support, whether that's after-school tutoring, freshman lunch study. So when freshmen don't do their homework in core classes, they get extra little lunch study going on. And at parent-teacher conference, I had a parent come up and say, hey, I think somehow I got off of your messages, your text message alerts that my child got lunch study tickets. And I said, well, actually, they're turning in their homework now. That's why you're not getting them. She's like, I thought I was missing something. It's not possible. So we are really excited about that. We have been preparing our students for graduation. We just had that big graduation meeting with them. I did inform the students because this class is extremely big and we are hoping for an outdoor graduation. That is always the goal, but if it's inside, historically it's always been 10 graduation tickets. With such a large class, I've informed them that we will have to reduce to 8 tickets to fit everybody in there. So the students took it very well. I don't know how their parents took it. But that's the reality of it when we have over 210 students. I am extremely concerned about 3 of our seniors making it across, but still at that, we will probably end up at about a 98.5% graduation rate is the goal. Our freshmen, which is monitored with freshmen on track, last year we were about 94% of freshmen on track for graduation. That historically has been a graduation indicator. We're right now predicting we're at 98% of our freshmen on track. And that is our teachers and our paras. And I really have to give extra shout outs to our paras because they pull some of our students individually and support the classrooms and just do a tremendous job with that. So really proud of them. Right before spring break went out, we gave our last ACT practice through Progress Learning. It's a new platform. And we were missing several testers because we had a band and choir trip and then some. It's the day before. So we were down by about 15 testers. But overall, our data is coming in really well. The English, our average ACT benchmark based on 151 testers was a 22, which is extremely high. The ACT benchmark for English is an 18. We came in at a 22. Math is a 22 when we were at a 21. Readings 22 and we came out at a 23. Science is a 23 and we had a 23. So all of them showed growth across the board, while math did not quite hit that benchmark, but math is getting into the nuts and bolts of it, really kind of with calculator usage and strategies right now. Our previous test, we were at a 17 and we grew to 21 in math, which is extremely great. We are cautiously optimistic because it's a new practice platform, so we can't test the integrity of the program until we get the real scores, but things are looking up. Our departments, the core departments, this past PLC worked on academic vocabulary, key language that students need to know to do well on the test. And believe it or not, Dr. Griffin, when I was a curriculum director, we pushed academic vocabulary 6 years ago, and it kind of fell at the high school, the wayside, and I told her, I said, we were right on. We were just a little bit too early with the PLC process. It's falling into place. So really proud of all my staff. And yeah, as Avery mentioned, St. Baldrick. So if you want to come out, I will be bald this time tomorrow, which will, got some special stuff planned for my head when ACT time hits. So thank you all.
Tyler?
Well, we had a very busy spring break. As you know, we've been working on a proposal for eventually upgrading and potentially replacing our security camera in the district. But for the time being, we did what I call camera triage. We installed 14 new security cameras last week. Most of those were replacements for dead or dying cameras. Some were in some new locations. Many more of them were cleaned because outside, you know, they get dirt and rain and everything. We upgraded fiber optic terminations at 4 different sites around the district. 2 classroom projector outlets were moved per teacher requests. We installed a screen for meetings at Parkside. We repaired dozens of Chromebooks, and we also were preparing for state testing. So it was a very busy week, and we're ready to go for testing starting next week.
Thank you. Bill? Okay. Oh. Trina? Okay.
Okay, thank you. So I'm glad that a couple of you mentioned the behavior task force, and what a great meeting that we had on Tuesday with the K-5s. We are really gaining some momentum, and I just want to give Jen a public shout out. She did a fantastic job of leading that meeting. We're meeting again at the end of the school year to prepare what we're going to share with our staff at the August Institute. So that team's going to meet again in May. We're going to come together and circle back on some things and then prepare that presentation so that we can all be aligned K-5 at the beginning of the school year. But I just wanted to compliment her. Desiree and Mike have been in there with us meeting, and just a lot of investment of your time and difficult conversations and navigating them all very professionally, and just great leadership as far as that goes. So we do appreciate Desiree and Mike spending all the time they have with us, because it has been a commitment. Like I said, we were there all day on Tuesday, and we got a lot accomplished, like Abby and Chrissy both said.
We had Romas.
We had Romas. We did have Romas. April is our Golden Apple reception next month. It is one of the things we do in this district that I think some of us would say is our absolute most favorite. It's an opportunity for us to honor and recognize the incredible people that work here on behalf of our students every day. So what we're going to do this year, because closed session, we're going to switch it back. So our reception for the Golden Apple will be over in our cafe at the high school at, is it 5 or 5:30? I think it's different this year, because we start here at 6:30. So I'd say 5:30. Okay, so we'll meet over at the cafe at 5:30, then we'll all walk over here together. That's an opportunity for our the people our Golden Apple recipients. They get to bring their family. We have appetizers. We eat with them. It's a great night. And then we walk over, and then each principal will get up and recognize the people within their building that they're given the Golden Apple to. And then we will go right into open session. We'll be flip-flopping closed session next month. So I just wanted to remind everybody, because we've never done Golden Apple when we've had closed session first, so we're just flip-flopping it. So we'll actually have closed session at the end of the night, like we used to. Just want to make sure everybody understood that. And then again, April is Golden Apple reception for all of our recipients. What did I say? Golden Apple. Thinking about, Teacher of the Year. I know. Yeah, well, I'm thinking about, I was just at a reception with Angie, and it was about, yes, it's Golden Eagle. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She's on my mind right now, because we've been going to all kinds of functions for her, haven't we? Okay. Monday night, we have a special board meeting at 5 o'clock, but it's going to be mostly closed session. So one thing I wanted to point out, we had planned on acting on our administrative raises for the 26-27 school year, as well as the BESPA exempt category. We were going to do that tonight. But we're going to we didn't have a couple things we needed to finalize, so we're going to move that to Monday night. So that'll be on for Monday night for the special board meeting. Again, it was going to be this evening, but we moved it to Monday instead. But I wanted to be transparent about that, because it's a special board meeting that was already scheduled, so we're just shifting it to that night. Must be that time of year for inspections. We've recently had our Regional Office of Education compliance visit. Morgan Deerduff worked to prepare for that in our office. We passed with flying colors. She did a great job, and ensured that we continued to be compliant with all of the ROE expectations. Bill, I'm surprised you didn't say this, but we recently had our Madison County Health Department inspections, which Bill and our fire marshal, and he led them around the district. We passed all of those inspections as well. And that is all I have.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
All right, I will take any public comment on any of the action items listed on the agenda. Okay. Number one, I need a motion to review and approve personnel action. Certified hire, Vincent Kafaza, PE teacher, TMS. Certified transfers, Jenny Caffer, social worker from Parkside to Meadowbrook. Certified resignations, Lizzie Wells, psychologist. Lori Hollingsworth, special ed. Erica Southard, social worker, Bethalto East. Rachel Book, interventionist, CMHS. Andrea Powers, school counselor, CMHS. Non-certified hires, Catherine Chamberlain, bus driver. Non-certified leave of absence, Jacob Book, paraprofessional, CMHS. Non-certified transfers, Shannon Schneider, bus monitor to bus driver. Kara Markunas, special ed paraprofessional to Title I paraprofessional, TMS. Non-certified terminations, Kelsey Clayton, bus monitor. Non-certified resignations, Amber Parks, bus monitor. Exempt hires, Denise Wright, bookkeeper. Exempt resignations, Luke Harris, permanent subs, TMS. Kayla DeWerf, bookkeeper, treasurer, central office. Extracurricular volunteers, Madison Mandorka, girls soccer, CMHS. Kylie Heflin, cheer, CMHS. Extracurricular transfers, Joy Brueggemann, pizzazz, TMS to CMHS. Jenny Spurgeon, pizzazz, CMHS to TMS. And extracurricular resignations, Kylie Heflin, cheer, CMHS.
Make the motion.
Roll call.
Kirby?
Yes.
Pritchett?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
Yes.
Potter? Yes. Rothy? Yes. Wolfle?
Yes.
Miser?
Yes. I need a motion to review and approve the intergovernmental agreement with Collinsville Area Vocational Center, CAVC.
Motion.
Roll call.
Kirby?
Yes.
Pritchett?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
Yes.
Potter?
Yes.
Rothy? Yes. Wolfle?
Yes.
Miser?
Yes. I need a motion to review and approve Pacific Memorial High School's membership with the Illinois High School Athletic Association for the 26-27 school year. Roll call.
Kirby?
Yes.
Pritchett?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
Yes.
Potter? Yes. Rothy? Yes. Wolfle? Miser?
Yes. I need a motion to review and approve adding Chris Schomber and Denise Wright to Associated Bank, Liberty Bank, and First Mid-America Credit Union accounts.
Second.
Roll call.
Kirby?
Yes.
Pritchett?
Yes.
Rothy?
Yes.
Potter? Rothy? Yes. Wolfle?
Yes.
Miser?
Yes. I need a motion to review and approve a resolution to appoint IMRF authorized agent Christopher Schomber.
Motion.
Roll call.
Kirby?
Yes.
Pritchett?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
Yes.
Potter? Rothy? Yes. Wolfle?
Yes.
Miser?
Yes. I need a motion to review and approve authorization to release of up to $80,000 in operation and maintenance funds for the CMHS elevator project. Roll call.
Kirby?
Yes.
Pritchett?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
Yes.
Potter? Yes. Rothy? Yes. Wolfle?
Yes.
Miser?
Yes. I need a motion to review and approve bond authorization for Dr. Griffin, Mr. Clark, and Mr. Schomber.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Kirby?
Yes.
Pritchett?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
Yes.
Potter? Rothy? Yes. Wolfle?
Yes.
Miser?
Yes. I need a motion to review and approve the resolution for the issuance of a notice of remedial warning to Mrs. Christine Wright Lewis.
Motion.
Roll call.
Kirby?
Yes.
Pritchett?
Yes.
Zimmerman?
Yes.
Potter?
Yes.
Rothy? Yes. Wolfle?
Yes.
Miser?
Yes. Anything for discussion?
Real quickly, that 80,000 we did, Chris, in the elevator thing, does that put that to bed now, or where are we at? I know we've been.
That ensures that when you make the deposit, they need to order the parts and everything, so we'll do that tomorrow. And then that also makes sure that if there's anything that we tear into in the high school that is a surprise, that we're well covered. So we have we have good amounts of funding to run the, what do you call it, contingencies, excuse me.
Okay, I'll take any public comment on anything.
I'm just going to wish our board president a very happy birthday.
Thank you.
They found
Thank you. All right.
I'm sure he wanted to be here with all of us this evening to celebrate his birthday.
I need a motion to adjourn.
Yes.
I'll second.
Okay.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.